Hi, Islamic Dad. I'm gonna do one of my check-in videos that everyone loves so much. It's been about 10 months since I ended the relationship with my ex-girlfriend, the covert narcissist. And I think the best way to describe the past 10 months dealing with the trauma bond is a roller coaster. Just a constant up and down as the days and weeks have gone by. At the what I would call the top end of the roller coaster, I've gone to places that I'm embarrassed to even mention and say out loud, where I've thought of, okay, how can I get back together with her? After she's gone through probation, after the protection order is lifted, how can I talk to her and restart the relationship and stuff. I mean, just pure insanity. The other end of the spectrum, at the very, very bottom, would be those moments where I remember vividly the night that I was assaulted, her lack of a reaction, and then what happened after that with the smear campaign and the vicious lies, and also just thinking about the last year of the relationship, how crappy it was, and how, what drove me to end the relationship on New Year's Eve. When I think about all that, I can get so furiously angry that I wish she would just rot in hell for eternity. And it makes me angry to think that she's not in jail. And it makes me angry to think that she'll ever be off of probation and that the protection order will be lifted, etc. The middle ground, where I would say I'm at 90% of the time, honestly, is a weird place. I kind of refer to it as making a deal with the devil, when I think about it, where I am rational enough to know that not only can I never have a relationship with her, but even a friendship or being acquaintances would not be healthy for multiple reasons. Not just dangerous for myself, but just not healthy from an emotional standpoint. And so, that's on one end, but the other end is that after all the work that I've done to understand narcissism, I know now that narcissists are not born, they're made. And I understand much clearer what that child went through to grow up to be the narcissist that she is today. And I even wrote her about this, some months ago, where I said one of the, ironies of this entire situation is that I now understand her better now than I did the 4 years that we were together. I mean, not that anything would have ultimately changed, but I'm just saying, like, that's kind of the level of understanding that I feel like I have now. And because of that, have kind of, been comfortable with, being a plan Z, so to speak, so that if she has a narcissistic collapse again, which is inevitable, or she's, her car breaks down and she's stranded in the middle of nowhere and no one else answers, or she's not able to get a hold of anyone else, that it's okay for her to reach out to me. And in both of those cases, I would, help her get back on her feet. And then once she's on her feet and good, I would just turn around and wave and be on my way. Because again, even after, if there was a situation where I helped her, it would not be safe for me to stay. Rationally thinking about it, I think that's incredibly immature. And basically, like I said, it's making a deal with the devil. It's basically saying, okay, it's okay for me to be around her in these very finite instances. It's like making up this weird contract where I'm making up the rules as I go along. It's immature, but people's hearts tend to be immature. So that's kind of the emotional side of things with the 10-month check-in on that side. Again, it's been 10 months, and I am embarrassed, but being honest about sharing that I think about her every day, and that some days I think about her more than others, but still I look forward to the day I wake up, don't think about her, go through the entire day not thinking about her, and get into bed and fall asleep without ever thinking about her once in 12, 24 hours. From what I've heard, people say that's probably not going to happen for someone who's trauma bonded until 18 months after the separation. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because it's exhausting. As far as like on the ground, what's going on there, I am still in contact with her probation officers. I did speak with one today to get her September progress report on her therapy and stuff, and I've been sharing my experiences to the therapist via the probation officers, and it's exhausting. And honestly, like I told the probation officer, it's pointless at this point. I'm not getting anything out of it, and even when I try to help, there's no feedback. So I don't know if I could literally give an account of the entire 4-year relationship. I could give an account of my ex-girlfriend's life story as told to me, and share that with and send it to the therapist. I don't even know if it reaches the therapist. I mean, for all I know, the therapist sees it from me and hits delete, and then goes and plays Angry Birds or something. I mean, I literally have no visibility into anything that happens past the probation officer, which is incredibly frustrating. I won't go into too much detail because honestly, I'm confused by it. Normally, there would be a person that would be a middleman, so to speak, between me and the therapy practice, where there would be communication back and forth. Like, I wouldn't know names of the therapist at the end or specifics of conversations, but I would be getting feedback and there would be communication. And I do mean full communication. That was thrown out the window because my ex-girlfriend gamed the system. If narcissists are anything, they are expert manipulators, not just with manipulating their partners, past partners, family members, but also the law, police, probation officers, judges, lawyers. She's playing them all like a fiddle, and it's very frustrating. So so even though there's like 9 more months, I believe, of probation and therapy, I don't know if I even want to be involved, because it's pointless, honestly, and it's just exhausting. Because I felt like some could come out of this, where you had a situation to literally have someone required by law to take these courses and basically, maybe learn to identify their own issues and stuff with respect to, lack of empathy, manipulating and stuff like that. But again, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that opportunity has been thrown right out the window, and that as far as I know, none of that's happening. And they're talking about the weather and the aspen leaves changing. I really don't know. So yeah. I mean, as far as like 10-month check-in, that's what's going on there. Still dealing with the trauma bond. Again, as anyone who has gone through it can tell you, you don't understand the trauma bond unless you've been there. It messes with you and has a grip on you that's like a heroin addiction without the high, just the low. I mean, it's just absolutely horrible. And honestly, I guess that's the point, is that you were addicted to the narcissist, and then they are immediately removed from your life, and you're sitting there going cold turkey, shaken with the DTs for 18 months. So that's where I'm at. So anyways, hopefully this video has been entertaining, if not helpful.